Well, all right.
Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world famous As It Should Be studios.
Oh, shit. I know that guy.
Not to mention
Pretty
Crystal
crazy.
Durant.
Hey!
Who
You
happens to
literally
be in the
just
world
said
famous
not
As
to
It Should Be
mention her.
studios as well.
Oh.
I mentioned, I always do that. Well, I guess since I'm mentioning people, I may as well mention Tommy Von Voigt.
Oh,
The man
he's
is just
here
full
too.
of contradictions over here.
You
I tell
know-
you, it makes me crazy.
I'm keeping you guessing. at
Crazy!
every turn.
On our toes.
You never know what's going to happen next.
You don't.
You don't
Actually, you do, because I'm going to tell you we're going to review The Crowded House self-titled from 1986.
Yes! Yes!
Which we got right here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Crowded House.
Anyway, this is our thumbnail. All right.
Oh, wait, no, do that one
Wait,
again.
do it
Do that one
again?
again. Do that
Okay,
one
we'll
again.
get.
We're doing fists.
Okay. All right.
Perfect. That's the perfect thumbnail for Crowded
Yeah,
House.
yeah, there you go. So you thumbnail shoot and you are there.
Boom.
All right. Okay, anyway, so I get to start. Yeah, so as anybody who's been watching our channel knows, we have sort of a series of sorts of album reviews. We pepper in episodes every maybe 5 videos, and we each take turns choosing the album. This time it was Crystal's turn.
Hi.
Yeah. And, but I start because then Crystal's going to
Come
go
back
last.
to me. I give the last word.
That's right.
As it should be.
Heard.
Yeah.
Heard word.
Okay, I have
Bars.
full
Bars.
notes. What? I missed that.
You'll get it when
You'll
you
get
Oh,
it.
edit it.
damn,
yeah.
the deaf guy has to get this shit when he's
No, it's okay.
editing. Okay. All right, I have full notes on this. Complete full notes.
Yeah, you got a lot of notes you got there.
That's
Yeah.
a lot
You didn't
of
write
notes.
all this shit. You
No,
let
I wrote it all.
ChatGPT write all those notes,
Oh
didn't
my
you?
god, ChatGPT.
All right, so here we go. My review. All right, so I'm going track by track here with notes. The opening track, Mean to Me. 1986? Wait, those are drums. Like actual drums. And not those overtly 80s drums that make the record sound like every other damn record from this time. You know, just drums.
Go easy there, Bertolino. Go easy.
Relax.
Wait, and those are horns. Played on horns? The fuck is this? And the track is pretty rockin'. The song is not blowing my mind, but this is a remarkably timeless sound for a straight up mid-80s album. It's not bad. Okay. So that first song I heard it and I didn't think it was great, but I was like, okay. What's gonna happen here? Mm-hmm. World Where We Live. Oh yeah, I've heard this song, and I kind of like this one. The chorus really stands out with each line alternating between minor and major chords. Apparently this was the first single we got here in the US, but my memory was that the first word I heard of these guys coincided with the release of Don't Dream It's Over. And as far as I can tell, it seems it was initially issued here as a promotional single, but didn't end up coming out until 87 as a proper single. The single sleeve features that horrible 80s world music style art that I loathe so much. Great song, though. I really, really like that one a lot. You know, I mean, kind of like the Tom Tom Club, that sort of messy, like children doing world
Yeah.
beat
It's no good.
kind of stuff. I really hate that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, it's like the 80s version of the really badly rendered psychedelic art of the 60s, like we were talking about in last week's video with like the fucking Odyssey and Oracle album cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Don't Dream It's Over, the classic. This really is a great song. I didn't think it was all that great at the time, but it has aged very well. And I must say, it sounded more overtly 80s then than it does to me now. And just dial the drum reverb back a little bit, by about half. And
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Now, leave reverb in, just
No.
break it down by just half.
No, he's drunk. He admitted earlier that he's hard of hearing. Do not take mix notes from this man.
0.5. 0.5 on the reverb.
Do not touch that motherfucking fader, so help me God. I will break your fingers.
Okay. Well, so after you're done turning the reverb down
This
half,
is why when we don't have a band together. We would implode during the mix
Yeah,
process. That's
it
when
would
it would
be me
all.
standing in between
That's
the
what it
two
would
of
end.
you.
It'd be two monkeys throwing shit at each other in a zoo. Is what it
Yes.
would be.
Oh my
okay, so the next song. Love You Till the Day I Die. Oh shit, there's that big 80s drum. Ugh. I guess it had to show up at some point. This wasn't a single. The chorus really sounds familiar to me. It taps into the more rockin' vibes of the opening track, but a far better song in my opinion. I really, I complain about the 80s, but that's a great song.
Yeah.
It's a great song. And then Something So Strong, which is the opening of side 2. I hated this song back in the day. I absolutely hated this. I really did. And you would think I would like it. It's because it has that really catchy 60s songwriting vibe about it, but it sounded like this, I don't know. Well, let me read my notes. Let's see. It's still a bit mid to me, I guess, but I don't mind it as much now. Back to the more timeless drum sound, which helps greatly. I think what I never liked about it is that it comes off like they're trying to sound earthy, but it's filtered through antiseptic 80s gear, which makes it sound too Starbucks for my taste.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
So, but it's a good song, and I don't know, but I don't dislike it.
Okay. But I knew Starbucks was going to come up here sometime, somewhere, for something.
And why would that be? Because I didn't have to tell you.
No.
If you knew that ahead of me saying something, then and I don't need to say anything further.
Oh.
Hole in the river! Oh shit, now we have entered the 80s unmistakably with that intro. I was worried for a moment, but that worrisome intro gave way to a pretty damn good song. I love the descending arpeggio pre-chorus bit, and the way it kicks into the chorus itself. Then it goes into like a weird semi-angular instrumental section and breakdown bit that I really dig as well. I can see where this would have been one of my favorite album tracks had I gotten into this album in 1986.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can't Carry On. Another really great song. This screams single. How the hell was this not a single? That's something that strikes me about this album overall. Most of the songs could have been singles. This may well be my favorite cut on this record.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I Walk Away. The opening guitar lick sounds distinctly early 80s to me, like Split Enz-ish. And, when I listened to it, my first thought was that it's like a very early 80s guitar lick and it sounds Split Enz-ish. Well, kind of even Rick Springfield-ish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, then the song kicks in and I'm thinking, oh yeah, I know this one. But I see that it wasn't a single, and so... But the title is hot linked in Wikipedia, so I clicked and boom, it was a Split Enz song. And it was a Split Enz single, and this is why I knew it. Yeah, but this is the Crowded House remake of a Split Enz song, so... So next is Tombstone. Not a favorite, but a solid enough album cut. I'd say it was appropriately placed as the penultimate track on the album, because it's about that good, I would say. I mean, it's not bad, but it's, it is where it is. And anyway, the final track, That's What I Call Love. Sounds kind of INXS meets Duran Duran.
Ding, ding, ding.
And probably my least favorite track on the album.
Oh.
Not even because of that. I just think it's just my least favorite song. Well, maybe that and Tombstone. Those are my two least favorites. But, even the stuff that I kind of claimed that I didn't think much of earlier, I mean, the whole album's pretty good. I mean, there are a lot of strong choruses on this album. And kind of as I already alluded to, I've always hated the album cover. And but anyway, so I remember one day, as far as my introduction to this stuff, I remember one day when this album was brand new, seeing Martha Quinn really talking up this album with genuine enthusiasm and talking about how strong the songwriting was, etc. And that has always stuck with me. Yet here I am 40 years later, only just listening to this full album. Now, while I don't think I love it nearly as much as Martha Quinn does, I can see why she was so enthusiastic about it. I remember what it was like buying new albums in the 80s by artists you didn't know and finding so much filler on the album. This album is totally devoid of filler, in my opinion, and I may not love every track, but there's most definitely no filler here.
Ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding.
So there you go.
All right.
Yes.
There you go.
I was kind of afraid. I was a little
It's
afraid.
80s. It's 80s. Paul's gonna hate it.
No, I didn't think that. I know, because you know good songwriting and you know good music, but I knew the Starbucks thing would come up at some point in time.
I mean,
I know, and I'm not mad at it. I just thought it was funny because I was waiting for it. I just wasn't sure what song. But yeah, that's good. Okay, that's good.
there you go. All right, so let's have a little break.
Now, a rather special airline flies direct to Los Angeles in the South Pacific.
An airline in American Magazine is voted best airline 2 years running, but it's not American.
An airline that came top in a British survey on business travel, but it's not British.
An airline that serves all meals on China, but is not from Far East. An airline that serves all major cities in Australia and New Zealand, but it's not Australian.
An airline that moved one travel writer to describe it as the Ritz of the skies. Air New Zealand. If you can find a more civilized way to start a holiday or a business trip, we'll eat our hat.
All right, so we are back.
We're going over to
And
moi, huh?
I think Tommy is going to tell us how he feels about this album.
All right, so I gave this In Excess record a listen, and no, I'm kidding.
No, it's Duran Duran.
I was going Australian to Australian, not Australian to
Okay,
British.
I'm sorry. It's an AC/DC record. It's,
There you go. That's
Wow.
so
All
so
right.
anyway, the Easy Beats.
the easy. Now you're hitting deeper. Now you're hitting deeper. Okay, so all I knew going into this one were the two big hits. And actually, I'd forgotten that Something So Strong was by the same group that did Don't Dream It's Over, so I had that going for me.
Oh, really?
Shit you not. Yeah,
Wow.
this is not a band I ever really actually checked out
Wow.
in any capacity.
Okay.
But of course, I knew those two big songs,
Yeah.
and I've always liked those songs. Although I will say that in later years, I have come to like them even more than I did when I was really little and they were charting. I was like, well, I don't know what that is. That's not Cyndi Lauper next.
Forget it.
Well,
You know.
I can see where this is a record you have to get a little older to appreciate. You're not going to be into this at 8 years
8 years
old.
You're
old.
just not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just not. So first listen through, and a lot of this didn't stick just yet. I had to give it another solid playthrough and get a better sense of this record. So then I go song by song. Mean to Me. It doesn't really strike me as a hit, but it's a damn good album track. Not saying it's B-side material either. It's a cool song and a really good album opener. World Where You Live. It's alright. More mellow than the opener. Not a bad song, but it doesn't really grab me. Track 3, Now We're Getting Somewhere. Not a bad song either, but the album at this point is just pulling away from me a little. I can't hate on this track though, but I just don't care either. And then we get to Don't Dream It's Over, and I say, God damn it, now they pull me right the hell back. Love this song. Love You Till the Day I Die. I find this song annoying at best. Something So Strong, These Fuckers, another amazing song. Okay, Hole in the River. This song shouldn't really be my vibe, but it's not bad. I kind of dig it. Can't Carry On. Not released as a single, but probably my third favorite track on the whole album. It's really goddamn
Yeah, I
good.
think that's the one that I name-checked.
Yes,
as my favorite.
it is.
Yeah.
I Walk Away. Damn, another really strong song. I probably like this one about as much as Can't Carry On.
Yeah.
Tombstone, I think this is a solid album track. It's a listen, not a skip. And then That's What I Call Love. Unfortunately, I do consider this closing track to be a skip. And then I sum it all up by saying that I think this record is sneaky in that, in my opinion, it's kind of rear-loaded. Side 2 is stronger by far, which gave me the initial impression after the first few songs that maybe this one was just okay-ish except for the hits. But there's much, much more here to dig into, especially on side 2. I also feel like anyone that is really into their sound/vibe in general probably loves this album. It's way, way stronger than my initial listen through, especially when you listen to just those first few songs. You got to get all the way through. You got to really give this one a couple listens. There is really, really strong shit on here. It's not just solid. It's like really good.
Yeah,
Like,
it was the
good
kind of
shit is
album too
really
where
good.
you need to listen to it and then step away from it and let it kind of sink in, and
Yes.
then go back to it at a point when you don't even necessarily remember all of it, and hear it again, and then these things pop up again. You're like, oh yeah, that one.
I did it over the
Yeah,
course
yeah.
of a couple days, and on the second listen through, I find myself singing along to the choruses of songs that I didn't previously know before approaching this record, and I'm like, well, that's what you want.
Yeah.
But like, strong to the point where I would like probably take a couple of songs off this album and put it in my like ultimate '80s music playlist.
And I think you said the last song on the album.
The last
was
song is a skip for me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, that's honestly probably the most overtly 80s track on that record, and that's the one you like least because the song's just not that good.
And that's the thing. You're always hearing us going on and on about production versus songwriting, and I'll say it again. You cannot just put huge gated reverb on a snare and make me happy. The song has to be good. Now, where we diverge is then Paul will get upset if it's a good song and it has all that 80s production on it.
I
But
mean,
he can
yeah.
still see through it and recognize a good song.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes I'll admit. I mean, I can get into stuff if it has a sound and vibe I like. I mean, if the song really sucks, then it sucks. But if it's not great, I can still appreciate it if I like the sound and vibe of it. But
you just gave it away right there. I mean, you even said you still like the sound and vibe of it even if the song is not great, which means you could still see through your preferred style of production and recognize a good one from a great one and a just okay one.
I'll recognize, yeah, but I still might like it though.
You might still like it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of 80s jams that I'm like, okay, if I'm going to be objective and honest, I could tell you this song is like, okay, this is barely holding this shit together, but it sounds awesome and it's fun.
Well,
versus,
sometimes your 8-year-old self is like, I don't give a fuck. I will love this till the day I die.
and then you're in.
Yeah.
I mean, a perfect example of that would probably be that song. Summer Girls by Dino.
Oh.
It is not really that good of a song.
Yeah.
It's serviceable at best, but I love the production and the vibe so much. But I'm not going to be like dishonest about it. It's like I recognize that that's not, that's not like a George Michael track we're listening to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah. Anyway, getting back to this Crowded House record, I do recommend you check this one out if you've never stepped to Crowded House. I mean, this is a great entry point, I think, and there's some really dynamite shit on there. And as is evidenced by Paul's review, you don't have to necessarily be into the 80s sound. There's stuff on this record for you, even if you don't like that sound.
Well, but that's the thing about this record too, is that it was recorded in the mid 80s, and I'm not going to say that you can't tell, but it isn't so steeped in the trappings of the day that it's in your face. Like, they clearly were trying to go more timeless with it, but because it was indeed 1986, there are certain things that you can't avoid just because of the very equipment they were using.
Yeah.
So it's not an overtly 80s album by any means.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Very nice.
Okay.
Little break.
It's the furniture success story of the 80s, and no wonder. The Fussy Furniture Fella guarantees you at least $300 minimum trade-in for any old piece of furniture on these superb dining suites.
He gave me $700. I couldn't be happier.
$300 minimum trade-in, 10 months interest-free, and the Fussy Furniture Fella's personal guarantee of quality.
We come back 3 times to Fussy Furniture Fella for lower prices.
Talk trade-ins at the Fussy Furniture Fella's 3 giant warehouses, Thomastown, East Keilor and Clayton. Remember, we collect from your home and donate to the needy.
We're back.
All right, and now Crystal, who chose the album for review, is going to give you her thoughts.
Yeah.
Do it!
All right. So the year was 1986. I was 20-something years old. And I was living in Los Angeles, and I was working at Tower Sunset with my best friend Travis and my friend Bill Brown and Tracy. And so Travis heard this album first. Like, it came in, and when new stuff would come in, certain people would grab it first and play it in the back and listen to it. I was in the art department at the time, across the street in the basement of the classical store, in the video store, so I didn't hear it straight away. But Travis was my roommate. So later on, when we met up that night after work, and he was like, "Oh my God, Crowded House, you have to listen to this. This is so," like, he was stumbling over himself to tell me how great this record was. And I looked at the cover and I was like, are you kidding me? This looks terrible.
You're like, I know where they spent the money and it
like,
wasn't
I
on
don't wanna
this.
listen to that
Okay, so
shit.
we all agree about the cover then.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that is
awful.
a terrible album cover.
Good. Oh,
honestly.
good. Okay.
Really fucking awful. But, I was like, Neil Finn. Oh. New Zealand. Oh. The other band that I love. Okay, well, if Neil Finn is in this, then it's got a fighting chance with me. And I was not disappointed from the opening note of the first song to the very end. I fell in love with this album instantly. And I'm very happy to hear the results of you two, because I didn't know what was going to happen or what you were going to say except for the what Starbucks thing.
Well, yeah.
But to be expected. But if you listen to Split Ends, and if you know more than one step ahead, if you actually listen to that whole album, then you'll feel that vibe in this album. It doesn't overpower it, but it's like Split Ends is completely new wave. And this is more, focused on less of that thing, that energy, but it's like really strong songwriting, and there are guitars and there's horns and woo-wee, it's really good. So, I'm not going to talk a lot about track by track, because once again, I would rather have somebody go in sort of cold and listen to it, and I knew that they were going to go deep because they weren't as familiar with it as I am. So, Mean to Me, I love it. From the opening, I think it's great. And when you really listen to the lyrics, how he's saying this song, you're like, is he angry at her? What did she do to him? Like, I think it's a really deep lyric, but it's like, jangle, jangle, she came all the way from, and it's like, do 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 do, and it's so happy. But if you really listen to the lyrics, it's like, oh, something is kind of disturbing here.
Something so wrong.
Yeah, could carry us away. Yeah. So, World Where You Live, I love this song. Oh my God, the harmonies are so great. I don't know where you go. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh God, it just like, wow. And this was the song that I listened to more than any other song initially. Like the first month I listened to this record, I would go right to this and listen to it first, and then go back and play the first song, because I just, ooh yeah. Now We're Getting Somewhere. it's very it's almost, it's not country and western, but it's got, do 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 do. It's very like woohoo, like yay, sing-songy, yeah, jingly-jangly, in a way that is really appealing to me.
Yeah.
I really love that. Don't Dream It's Over. Come on, man. What the fuck?
I mean.
Yeah. It's so brilliant. So brilliant. It's haunting. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Love You Till the Day I Die. I really love this, because what is one of my all-time favorite instruments in a song? Baritone sax. And it's got Barry sax in this. And I love the chorus and the way that he's yelling, I will love you till the day I die. Boom, boom, ba-dum, bum, ba-da, do, 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 do. It's very Sinister Creep, going up to the, oof, it's so good. Something So Strong, another very casual, great lyrics. It's bright, it's sunshiny. I love it. It's awesome. Can't Care, Hole in the River. Now, a lot of people I know did not like this because they thought that it was kind of not the antithesis of everything else that's so like, woohoo, we're happy. But it's very haunting and very creepy, and I felt like it should have been in an episode of The X-Files. You know what I mean? The atmospheric shit going on, it's like ghosty and, right?
Yeah. Well, you definitely go somewhere else after Something So Strong.
Yeah, like it's the polar opposite of that.
Yeah.
But I like it. It works. Can't Carry On.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? With like, how the hell was that not a single?
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
A Scream single.
That was very weird to me. I Walk Away. Another strong. It's not a banger, but I love it. And also, I kind of feel the opposite of what you had said. That side 2, because of the hauntingness, and it just seemed very different from the bright and sunny first side, sort of. But I think that they were the track listing is good, like it's a good balance. But I love that song too. Tombstone, good, just great lyrics. I love it. Oh man, it's so great. And it's not it's not what I expected it to be, because anytime I hear Tombstone, I'm thinking, ooh, Americana kind of thing. But since
Right.
they're from New Zealand, they're not really going to get that, and that was not their focus. But it's a really great song. And That's What I Call Love, You're Crazy. That's a great song. I love it. Because, again, he's like, that's what I call love. And it's, na-na-na-na-na-na. That's, oh, it's so cool. I love it. Yeah. I love this album. It's so great. And, yeah, again, it was, I'm going through the file cabinet in my brain to pick something that they aren't going to automatically shut down. And
You don't have to do that.
I know I don't have to do that, but if I want the episode to be more than 5 minutes of me talking, it's like I'm trying to balance. So I knew that you would like it. I wasn't sure how much you would like it. And, because it's mid-'80s and, the age difference and everything. And, yeah. So this episode is dedicated to you, Travis Lesane, for turning me on to this record. And we still talk about it to this day.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, how much we love it. Like, Travis will tell you, he said, this album is absolutely perfect from beginning to end. Nothing's wrong with it. It's perfection. Which, I don't think it's that, but I love it tremendously, and I do listen to it quite often. And I think that you should listen to it if you've never heard it. It's
Give it a listen.
Give it a listen. It's really, really good. It's really good. And it's so good, as a matter of fact, that when the second album came out, I was like, this is trash. I didn't really like
That's
it.
the thing. I mean, they have, this is the only
Woodface?
album I've ever heard any talk about. Like, everybody has always spoken highly of this.
Yeah.
It has a really, its reputation kind of precedes it, really.
It
Nobody
was-
ever talks about any of the other albums.
Yeah, it's just this one. Like, Temple of Low Men was the second one, and the album cover was a little bit better. Well, actually, it was a lot better. But, it just wasn't as good.
Yeah, we
as-
should have talked about this album in the last episode.
Yeah, we should have. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
Shitty-
would have been a good
shitty
entry.
I
Yeah.
can't believe I missed that. Yeah. Great. And then Woodface. Yeah, it was okay. I didn't think it was that great, but just stick with the self-titled debut, and you won't go wrong. I can't wait to read what people write about this. This is going to be good. Yeah.
Oh, and a special shout out. This isn't my record.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, special shout out to Kara.
Thank you, Kara.
Kara O'Shea and Royce Peterson. Yeah, I was cat sitting at their world famous Beauty Rock Studios and flipping through the records, and I found this, and I texted Kara, "Oh my God, we're gonna do a video about this album. Can I borrow your record?" So she furnished us with an actual physical copy.
Yes.
For the video, and yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Kara. Appreciate that.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go for a commercial here, I think. Yeah. Here we go.
Gotta stop. Yep. Gotta stop. Gotta stop. Yes. Gotta stop. Gotta stop. Gotta stop. Gotta stop. Gotta stop. Gotta stop.
Wendy's. Yum.
Okay.
Bum, bum, bum,
We are
bum, bum.
back. And yeah, because we're gonna get out of here. And I think I know what we're doing next, but let me look.
What are we doing?
Okay, all right. Okay, got it. Okay.
Moving.
All right. Thanks for sitting through our long-winded Crowd House reviews. And I think it's going to be another short episode, but not terribly short. But
It'll be wonderfully short.
well, yeah, very pleasingly short.
Yes.
Pleasant half an
Pleasingly
hour.
short.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful aftertaste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing if you haven't. If you haven't, maybe consider subscribing. But if you do, click the little bell for notifications. But whatever you do, come back next week, because we are going to be reviewing, or not reviewing, I say ranking when I mean reviewing, I say reviewing when I mean ranking. But in fact, we're going to be ranking the Pat Benatar singles.
Whoa!
The U.S. Pat Benatar singles. So Sorry, you guys that have the singles that only came out in the Netherlands. Your singles are not on the list.
The Netherlands.
And
yeah.
we're only doing through the 80s. We're doing the 70s, which isn't much. There's only a couple, 2 or 3 70s singles, and we're doing the 80s in its entirety, and that's it. You Pat Benatar geeks, sorry, no 90s and later. We didn't have time for that shit. But anyway, all right. But hopefully we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Right.
Bye. Baltimore's like that too.
Oof.
Because they tried to get New Yorkers and Philadelphians and everybody down there, and nobody's going there.
You're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Now that's saying something because I've been to some of the shit areas of Philly, and whoo-wee.
Dude. For all the shit areas that still are there, the construction that's gone on, the way that it's been built up, it's like the neighborhood I'm staying in is Fairmount, which is right above the art museum area. And when I was a kid, the prison around there in the 70s, it was like, don't cross that street or Whitey's gonna get you kind of thing. Literally, because it was gangs, it was Rizzo was the mayor, it was hot shit, man. And now I'm walking around this neighborhood, everybody's got flower boxes, they got, tables and chairs sitting outside, drink their morning coffee, blah, blah, blah. It's like the suburbs. It's really...
Well, welcome to New York.
Yeah,
Oh, here, check this out.
disturbing.
FedEx fixed their issue. And now...
Oh!
And now Melissa has my package.
Oh, okay, all right.
So they delivered it.
So they must have fucking gotten it out of the Bronx.
They got their shit
limbo
together,
and
basically.
and they brought it.
Hooray!
Yay! Oh my god. look
Tommy's happy.
Oh, she looks so good.
All right.
That's cute.
Well, all right.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. We've been rolling this whole
You want
fucking
to
time.
talk about some...
Sorry.
we have some very personal B-roll this time out.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
A
right.
very special episode as it should be. we never do enough very special episodes.
We don't. And we
With a
also
moral.
need to turn off the AC. Well, I need
already
to
did.
close this curtain.
Oh, we
here.
gotta put the curtain down. Too much light.
Too much light business.
Too much light of business. Too much light business.
Perhaps you should be to be involved in.
Oh my god.
Something to the tune of too much monkey business.
Tuna much.
Tuna much.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. What are we doing? Oh, we're doing the crowded house. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Well, all right.